Welcome back to Chokestable Media. I want us to listen to this lady. She's new to me, but people said she's not that new. She's not all new in Oyo State politics. Her name, they said her name is this, Bolanle Aminat Sarumi Ashabi, and she put her acronyms as Basa. She has a lot of message to deliver to us today, and I want us to listen to her. And after that, we can continue discussing the politics of Oyo State that has been headed by Governor Seyi Makinde. But the feeling I got was that this lady also happens to be part of the governor's appointees in Oyo State. I mean, Governor Seyi Makinde put her in a position whereby she also has a hand or a mouth, an opinion over what goes on in this government of PDP in Oyo State. And earlier this morning, from the newspapers, I heard that there is a news going around there accusing Governor Seyi Makinde of mismanaging and misspending the money generated in Oyo State. I think the IGR is what is causing the problem. So, inside the newspapers, to substantiate the message we got in there, Basa is now here to say a lot of things that she knows about Governor Seyi Makinde, his erstwhile boss. Is it okay for him to spend 63 million or 63 billion or whatever it is? You will hear from her to renovate unused governor's lodge or governor's house. She has a lot of messages inside this. And people are talking that it is, speculating that it's actually, maybe it is true that Governor Seyi Makinde used this amount of money for this issue. And they're saying it is too much, even if he has to renovate the governor's house. And Basa has a lot of solution to this, criticizing his boss, criticizing our boss. So people are saying the spending is out of the way. It's just too much, and it shouldn't be like that. But governor is the governor. He has the right to spend money the way he wants. He's the CNC in the state. So no matter whatever you say, it's up to you. I think the governor don't care. So, but what amazes me is that these politicians, they never cease to, amaze me. He was part of the governor's appointees and governor's staff before. Now she wants to become a governor too. I think that is why she's saying all these things. And for me, I'm not on the part of anybody, but just for us to learn that politicians will always remain politicians. Some people are saying Governor Seyi Makinde is using, a ploy to siphon that money and keep that money for his campaign, for his senatorial campaign. That means after 2 years now, he will now jump in and contest to go to the House of Senate, because that is where all of them goes to now. Or otherwise, I learned that he wants to become the president of Nigeria. But let's watch. Let's keep a tab on what is going on in Oyo State and see if it is actually the truth or a mere allegation that Basa is giving to Seyi Makinde. I think this video should be shared down to reach Seyi Makinde and let him also react, or let his spokespersons around, let them also react to this. So, ṣé Basa yìí ṣó ṣe dáadáa àbí kò ṣe dáadáa by reporting Seyi Makinde pé owó tó ná yẹn ti pọ̀ jù? Let's hear from Basa herself.
So 18th of June 2025, we got news that the Oyo State Executive Council had approved 63.47 billion for renovating the government house. Let's be clear. Oyo State's internally generated revenue for 2024 stood at 65.28 billion. Yet in one sweep, the government has committed nearly the entire yearly IGR to a single renovation project. Let's reason this. Does it make sense? If I were the governor of Oyo State, I would never approve 63 billion of public funds to renovate a building that has remained largely unused for 6 years, especially when the governor and the deputy governor have lived in their private residences throughout their tenure. Instead, I would leverage strategic public-private partnerships. I will convene a roundtable with leading banks, construction firms, and corporations operating in Oyo State. I will challenge them to take ownership of renovating different wings of the government house. In return, each wing could be named after them in recognition of their support. This is how governance should work. Be innovative, be inclusive, and be physically responsible. On the issue of corporate social responsibility, CSR, we must stop waiting for the state to do everything. When we empower our businesses and entrepreneurs, we can expect them to actually support the government, in turn through CSR and strategic collaboration. These partnerships will outlive political tenures and become a legacy of mutual growth. A better way to spend 60 billion, let me give you. With 60 billion naira, we can empower 20,000 entrepreneurs across Oyo State with 3 million naira each. That is 600 entrepreneurs per each local government. These empowered business owners will be legally registered and added to the state's tax net. Each will be contributing minimum of 10,000 naira monthly. This will give the state a monthly income of 200 million naira and an annual income of 2.4 billion naira. Now, this is an economic ripple effect. This kind of spending isn't just economic, it's actually visionary. It builds communities, reduces poverty, and will create jobs. What does a lavishly renovated government house do for a common man? Nothing. My candid advice, as someone who loves the state, that's deeply invested in the growth, I respectfully urge His Excellency Governor Seyi Makinde to review this decision. This is not the time for such heavy spending on buildings that will be unoccupied in 2 years. It is a time for legacy thinking, people empowerment, and economic impact. When the late Governor Ajumobi was in office, may so continue to rest in peace, our Governor Seyi Makinde gave him candid advice and possible solutions for a better Oyo. I hope this administration will allow so. This is my sincere advice as Basa, a daughter of the soil, and a future governor who believes in inclusive development. Please, Excellency, let us build people, not just palaces. I remain your daughter, Basa. God bless Oyo State, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Remember to share this video far and wide so the people can, inform the governor so that he can.
Thank you for watching. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing so you won't miss out any of our latest video.